I'm Matt from BD Dev Adventures. Whether you're a small dev working in your spare time or part of a small indie team, this series is about helping you finish what you start. This is based on project management strategies that I've used in both my game dev and professional roles. This series is here to help you take your game project from concept to completion for your small scale or larger projects. Let's be honest, starting a new game project is exciting. New ideas feel limitless and your motivation is sky high. But finishing a game, that's where the real challenge and the real growth happens. So one example I have is where I released on Android and iOS. Taking that project through to completion, I learned that releasing on Android was a much more streamlined path to getting your app up on the store as compared to iOS, who have quality assurances in place to make sure your app is of an acceptable standard to be released on their store. Well, I've seen it on YouTube. Many developers out there have projects full of half-built prototypes, and there's been a lot of YouTube videos about why I'm stopping my project. And most of the time, it's only a few more steps that could have got that project out to completion, up on the store, at least out there for people to see. And look, if you've got those projects, you're not alone. I myself have a backlog of projects over 7 years old. Some have been abandoned, and others I would love to see through to completion when I get the time. The real point I want to make is that even small finished projects teach you more than a dozen abandoned ones. So one thing I'd like to mention here is the parable of the pottery class. For 30 days, a class was divided into two groups. You had Group A and Group B. Group A had to make a pot every day for 30 days, and Group B had to work on a single pot for the whole of those 30 days. And at the end of those 30 days, the top quality pots all came from Group A, who'd spent the 30 days building a pot a day. And this is because those people had a chance to learn from their mistakes. So as they were getting that pot to completion, they'd find the faults they had along their journey, and they could perfect that in the next step, in the next pot they made. Completion builds your skills in polish, delivery, managing scope, and gives you a portfolio piece at the end. During my career, I've had a few projects that were finished under pressure to meet the deadline, and it's taught me the importance of defining a scope early and sticking to a realistic plan to get through to completion if you do have time frames. And I'm here to share my processes with you so you can use those with the same mindset in your personal development projects, even if you're working solo on a night after work. This series is here to give you a set of tools and structure to take your ideas all the way to the finish line. If you've ever struggled to finish a project, drop a comment below and share what's held you back. I'd love to hear your story. And it really shows that we're not alone in this situation. And if you're ready to commit to seeing your next game through, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next steps. In the next episode, we'll talk about defining what success really looks like for your game.